You know, this is something that we never did when we were running.
Stretch.
We never stretched.
Never.
Now, if you don't stretch now, you just don't move at all. George, once you start seeing people trying to run a little bit faster, you know, you're going to get involved. I know that. Boy, what a lucky day, huh? The temperature this is like the best day we've had in months.
I had worked all night and we were pretty busy. I was tired. So I called my wife and I could tell, of course we had 3 children 2 years apart, and they were small, and I could tell that she just wanted to get out of the house. It was a summer day, you know, it was September 13, it was supposedly in the 80s. So I said, all right, we'll go.
The most important thing about it to me was how low-key it was. I think a lot of the people in the park had no idea there was even a race going on.
I don't think I had run Central Park that many times before we raced here. It was a close-knit community. We were amateurs, we were not professionals, but we really had a lot of fun. And to this day, as you can see, we're having a lot of fun. As a competitor, he wasn't a competitor. He was an associate pulling you along. When I was younger, he was my idol. I mean, he would pull me along. And he would actually, when I would be faltering, I would feel him going like this and pulling me back into the pace. And that was him. He did things that encouraged you in a way you didn't even know it was happening. We weren't fierce competitors. We could try to beat the heck out of each other, but we were not. But we were still, it made us closer. I entered the race figuring this guy named Pat Bastick. I kept track of who was doing well, and I knew he would finish. And I said, I'm going to stay with Pat. And all of a sudden, we passed by a tavern on a green, and he drops out. I go, Pat, where you going? And I guess within 2 laps, I was in 3rd or 4th place. And then I saw Moses Mayfield like on 90th Street. And I think I caught him on the hill. And he was staggering. In fact, the bicycles that were leading the race, I was running at such a different pace than him, they didn't think I was in the race. I've been running during a pandemic. We gotta live our life, and running is part of my life. So if you're gonna do it virtually, are you gonna do it by yourself or are you gonna get some help? I mean, because running with people helps. Even if you're gonna run 4 laps of this park, which has got to be a tough marathon. Get somebody to run, get 4 people to run, each run 1 lap with you. You can hear a new story for 6 miles, you know, and then somebody else's story for 6 miles. Pick a nice day, pick a cool day, start early in the morning, hydrate, fuel your body. Make sure that when you start that marathon, that you fill the tank with gas.
I wanted to tell you about my first marathon. It was on November 3rd, 2002, New York City Marathon. After becoming a 5K, 10K runner, many people told me I was going to be a great marathoner, but I had a lot of doubts, a lot of questions. I didn't even know how far a marathon, which I learned 26.2, and I wasn't sure if my body's going to make it that long. So it was difficult and challenging, and I made a rookie mistake in New York. Get excited, and the crowd gets phenomenal, loud, and First Avenue, I made that mistake and not been patient, which the marathon is all about. And you know, I got to that finish line the best that I could, because it was gratifying to get to that finish line and say, hey, I did it, and I learned a lot. I ran 2:12.35, but I missed by 35 seconds the A standard for the Olympics. So that means I have to do it again. I said, no way. This is my first and last marathon. I didn't think I was gonna do it again, but thank God I didn't. And never give up, be the best you can, and with best wishes, and great things can wait. And I personally came back and I did 26 marathons.
My name is Justine Gentilini, and I'm running the 2020 New York City Virtual Marathon in honor of my mom, Kristen, who passed away this past October from triple-negative breast cancer.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going pretty good. Ran 16 miles today, so definitely feeling it.
Where'd you end up running?
I started at the end of our road and then ran into Pismo Beach, turned around, ran back. When I think of my mom, I think of the quote, "We can't do much about the length of our lives, but we can do plenty about its width and depth." My sister Lara and I originally decided to run the New York City Marathon with Fred's team to raise money for Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center.
So I first came up with the idea to run the 2020 New York City Marathon in person when I was traveling back to St. Louis from New York in the weeks following my mom's passing. It just so happened to be the day after Marathon Sunday 2019. So everyone was walking through LaGuardia with their, marathon medals, and I thought it was just so cool that there was such a sense of camaraderie, even amongst strangers, for having just accomplished this huge feat of running 26.2 miles in the greatest city on earth.
She always encouraged us to live each day to the absolute fullest and wholeheartedly practice what she preached. After being diagnosed with triple-negative breast cancer in 2015, our mom didn't miss a single beat or utter a single complaint. After joining Fred's team last year, we started Cookies Cause and created our website, cookiescause.org. After the in-person marathon was canceled due to COVID-19, we saw it as an opportunity to fundraise even more for Cookies Cause. Triple-negative breast cancer is a rarer and more aggressive form of breast cancer, and until more research is done, like the types of treatments our mom received, they'll remain inaccessible to thousands of women who are missing out on memories. I decided to take some time off from my training program after the in-person marathon was canceled. However, after just a few days, I realized how much I loved running. It really clears my mind, especially in these crazy times. My mom was able to see me run my first half marathon in 2018, and I was happy she was able to be with me that day. One of the many great memories that I'm lucky to have with her. Throughout my training for that event, I would send my mom photos of all of the incredible and beautiful places I'm able to run, which is something she truly loved. I decided to continue on with my training with my sister Lara as my virtual cheerleader and support behind the scenes with our website and blog.
I'll always be cheering her on even from afar, and I couldn't be more honored and humbled to be on this journey with her. So Justine, I love you, I'm proud of you, and I know Mom is super proud of you as well.
Even in a pandemic, cancer doesn't stop, and we're inspired now more than ever to carry on our mom's legacy by paying it forward. I'll be running the virtual marathon on October 30th, 2020, which would have been my mom's 57th birthday, and a little more than a year after she passed away. There are so many ways to respond to the loss of our mom. Sadness, anger, fear, grief. But we owe it to our mom to keep going, to choose happiness, to see the good in every situation, and to live each and every day with depth and width.
Hi, my name is Andrea Pansoy and I'm from Toronto, Canada. I'd like to wish everyone participating in this year's virtual TCS New York City Marathon the best of luck as we tackle the challenge of running 26.2 miles anywhere in the world.
Hola, soy Edwin Martínez y estaré corriendo el maratón TCS de la ciudad de Nueva York virtual desde la República Dominicana.
Hi, I'm Hans, I'm 54 years old and I'll be running the virtual TCS New York City Marathon in the Netherlands.
Grüezi miteinander. Hey y'all, my name is Rebecca Krinsky-Cox. I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina, but I've been living in beautiful Luzern, Switzerland for the last 4 years singing opera. As an opera singer during these crazy pandemic times, it's been really difficult for me to feel like myself without actually being on stage and performing. But there is no better way to get in touch with who you really are and who you can truly be than getting out there and running some long distances. So I will be running my 26.2 here along beautiful Lake Lucerne and wishing all of my fellow runners lots of fun. As they say in Switzerland, hop hop, and as the Valkyries say, Auf Wiedersehen, ciao!
Hi guys, it's Des and Maya from OTA.
And we're so excited to be running in this year's New York Roadrunners Virtual Marathon. We'll be running from our hometown of Montclair, New Jersey.
Good luck to all the runners, and see you on the race days.
days.
Right? That's the thing, yeah?
Yeah, I think
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
Hey, I'm Daniel, a runner from Berlin, as you will recognize by the building behind me, the Brandenburg Gate. So what means running for me? Running for me means freedom, because you can just grab your shoes, put it on and run wherever you are, whatever time it is, just go and run. But also it means freedom for me, because I was born and raised behind the wall in East Germany. And when the wall came down 30 years ago, I started running the globe. I went to New York and other places to join the global community of runners and run the marathons, get my medals, but also visit beautiful cities around the world. So I'm more than excited to actually run the virtual New York Marathon this year, but I keep the fingers crossed and wish all of us the best of luck that next year in 2021 we're all gonna meet at the finish line of the real New York Marathon in Central Park again.